In this video, we're going to crown the greatest English striker of the Premier League era.
We made the right decision.
Are you actually doing it?
No, I mean,
When we're talking about stories,
You're up to stories, non-league, to winning the Premier League.
If Kane had forced his way out of Tottenham in the way that Isak forced his way out of Liverpool, Kane could be top of this list.
I actually think he's not quite. I think he's a bit overrated, if I'm honest. I don't think he belongs. I think he finishes last on this whole list.
Yeah,
and that's behind Jamie Vardy as well.
What's happening, everyone, and welcome to WHFC, brought to you by Final One Standing, football's ultimate free-to-play eliminator game, which this week has another massive boosted jackpot. On this episode, we're playing a game of Final One Standing to work out who is the greatest English striker of the Premier League era. Easy. Let's go.
It is easy.
Yeah, everyone knows what they're doing, right? Yeah. We're going to start. I'm going to go Harry Kane versus Jamie Vardy.
So what's going to happen? Right?
No, it's not going to happen.
What's going to happen
Needs to come up though.
is Jamie Vardy. Oh, he's won a Premier League. He's won an FA Cup. Therefore, it should be a Jamie Cup. But that's what I'm going to hear.
You're not.
No doubt. I'm not.
He was.
Oh, he is going to hear it.
Yeah.
I think it's worth mention. You have to mention where the goals have got you to differentiate between some of these players now, right? No.
Yeah, it's just in terms of who's a better striker. Harry Kane and Jamie Vardy don't play the same sport.
Yes. Correct.
But the word striker comes into play now, and your perception of striker. We can talk about what Harry Kane does outside the box that Vardy doesn't do, but in and around the box,
You would never have Vardy starting for England over Kane, would you? In 2016, when
didn't.
He didn't. Exactly what I'm saying.
He didn't.
Yeah.
No.
But then England didn't never find success, so it wasn't a tried and tested formula that worked out, and you can say put it to bed.
Turkish,
You
what are
made
you
the
doing?
right
What are you
decision.
actually doing it?
No, I mean,
When we're talking about stories,
You're up to stories, non-league, to winning the Premier League.
Oh, yeah, it's a better
Harry
story.
Kane didn't run through that type of game.
Because he's too good.
Yeah,
He didn't have to start
It's
there.
an amazing biopic, no doubt. I think that the Jamie Vardy story,
Yes.
in fact, the Leicester City story is one of the best stories in sport. Forget football; it's one of the best
It was the
stories in
greatest
sport.
league title win in history. It probably will never be repeated.
in all, across sport.
Yeah.
it's an amazing journey.
And he was a
But
part of
Harry Kane is better at every single aspect of football than Jamie Vardy.
I can't disagree with that.
Yeah,
For complete.
Everything.
Apart from maybe being aggressive after having 12 Red Bulls, I think Jamie Vardy's got that.
He might be better at that.
A little bit.
But surely we all agree here. Jamie Vardy, an honourable mention. He's done well to be on the list.
Hold on, Jamie.
let's take Jamie Vardy's best season and take Kane's best season and put them
Not
together.
how- You can't.
No, but it's another angle to look at it
Take
from.
Vardy's
It's-
best season and Kane's worst season, and it's still Kane.
There's no chance, mate. Vardy's best season, he won Leicester. Well, not he won. He played a part in winning. but he-
Ranieri
If
won it.
hold on. If Harry Kane played for Leicester City, does he win the league?
No.
I think he does. I think Harry Kane does.
You put Harry Kane anywhere.
That
apart from
season he
Tottenham and
scored
he'll win.
30 goals that season.
That's nothing against me saying, because I think if you put Wayne Rooney in that Leicester side, I'm not going to say they automatically win it. I think it just everything worked knitted together well.
Do you know what? I love Harry Kane, and I kind of feel sorry for him. Not that he needs my pity, of course he doesn't.
Are you sure?
I just think that he is one of the greatest footballers that this country has ever produced, and I don't think history is going to be kind to that.
Yeah, but it's because of people like us. Well,
No, it's
you
be-
lot, actually.
Because of Silver. It's because of Silver.
No, yeah, but it's what I'm talking about. And this is what, again, I don't know how many times, and we mentioned it in a previous video, about the collective achievements. It shouldn't be, it shouldn't essentially give Harry Kane a lesser opinion from people.
I agree.
Because-
I disagree with that.
I disagree with that as well.
Your goals need to carry you to. The goals need
but
to count.
I
Harry
disagree with that point.
Harry Kane scored 1 billion goals for Tottenham.
All
But
right.
one of them counted for anything.
Let me argue. Let me tell you this then. Is it more difficult to do what Harry Kane did for Tottenham than it would have been for him to do at Manchester
But
City?
Alan Shearer played for Blackburn, won a league title, played for Newcastle, scored more goals than Harry Kane. In a sense of...
How many?
That's
because he left. Because he
Yeah, but that's
Harry Kane
looking at it
left.
in this similar way, right? Where you're saying, oh, it's Tottenham Hotspur. Shearer did it for Blackburn and Newcastle.
Yeah.
But-
So we have to evaluate
Even,
it on
Shearer,
that.
even Shearer's legacy isn't necessarily respected to the level that it might have been if he had moved to Man United and won a treble.
And that's what I'm saying. He did the right thing. The fabric of the man.
This is why I'm saying you have to leave as well. I don't think he did the right thing.
No, but he did, because he'll forever be remembered as a hero on
You'd rather be booed by a corner of the country and seen as an icon through the world.
100%.
Exactly. So
To
leave.
leave.
Sorry, no, the opposite of what you said.
0%.
Hey, let's vote. Harry Kane or Vardy? Come on.
Come on, yes, it's Harry Kane.
It's Harry
Kane.
Kane by a mile.
It's Harry Kane.
Not a mile. This is why I keep
He's
arguing.
Turkish,
I mean,
man.
it doesn't matter. Vote doesn't matter now, and I'm not going to argue
you go
against
Vardy,
Kane.
you go Vardy.
I appreciate what you're doing, Tony.
Vote with chest turkey.
I
Vote for Vardy.
I
That's
even
fine.
respect it.
Okay, Harry Kane versus Wayne Rooney. This is where it gets almost
No,
impossible
no,
for
this
Kane.
is easy. Wayne Rooney. Easily. Better player, scored more goals, got more assists. Sorry.
I appreciate what you're saying.
It's over.
That man, Dave. Right. And
Goals don't matter for strikers, is what you're going to come with next.
no, because he's, Wayne Rooney is probably, in terms of players to come to White Hart Lane, the best player I've ever seen. He himself says that Harry Kane is the best Englishman that's ever played.
That is nonsense. He said something that's nonsense. Then.
He's talking himself down.
He spoke wrong.
He said
humble.
something.
He's a humble guy.
Mate, have you heard Gary Neville talk about himself playing football? They're so self-deprecating. Have you heard Jamie Like, it doesn't. Them saying it doesn't mean that it's right.
It's true, yeah.
So you by saying that, you're just saying whatever he says is nonsense, because
I'm saying that Wayne Rooney saying that Harry Kane is a better footballer than him is nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think there's much to separate them. And as strikers, it's Harry Kane.
No, I think there's a lot.
There's so much in Harry Kane's locker. His distribution,
it's
his
the-
assists, how he brings
Rooney
other
had all
players.
that.
No, he did. He
That's
did.
where you're losing it.
Yeah, no. He did. And when he dropped him into midfield, you saw even more of it.
Yeah.
But you're talking about the best strikers in the Premier League.
You know, the
Harry Kane
techie,
scored
the
more
techie
goals for
side of
Tottenham
being
than
a
Man
centre
United.
forward. The techie side of being a centre forward, which Kane is elite at.
Yeah.
Annoyingly, Wayne Rooney.
How about the goal scoring side of being a number 9, which Harry Kane
Wayne Rooney
also
weren't
beats?
bad at that.
No, he was great. He's just not as good as Harry Kane, and that's what we're trying to do here. How many
Then
goals? How many goals he scored for
Listen,
Tottenham?
I love both, but maybe now it's about titles and that then.
No,
Maybe now that becomes a separator.
the best number nine.
system and about how it all works together, and you've got
number
to be
9 the entire
successful.
time.
No.
Rooney played on the left and the right to
Brilliant.
allow
He's
the
a-
players to excel.
Does that work
Being
against
selfless,
him, though?
but being
I
selfish.
don't think
in-
so.
in
I
the
think that makes him a
striker
better
argument.
striker.
Selfless
It makes
to allow
if you're
the
being
team to
selfless,
flourish.
yeah, exactly. You need to win. Football's about winning. If you're selfless, that makes you a better.
If it was, do you know
overall
what? Do you know
footballer.
what, Flav? If this was Harry Kane versus virtually anyone else on this list, the answer, I believe, would be Harry Kane.
No, the answer is Harry Kane.
But the problem is, and unfortunately for you, if you want to make Harry Kane your guy here, Wayne Rooney's come very early.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at the cue card. You can't see it. I think Harry Kane is better than a lot of people on this cue card. I think he's second on this list. but he's up
Kane
against
is the
Rooney.
best number 9, categorically, without question, the Premier League has ever seen.
He is
Disagree
the
with that.
second best on this list,
he
but he's
isn't.
come up now, and it's Harry Kane versus Wayne
When
Rooney.
you think about Wayne Rooney, it's not even as a number 9. You think about him in the various positions he played in, which shows him as a footballer to be perhaps more complete than Harry Kane. But this question isn't about who is the most complete footballer. It's who's the best
You're
number
being
9.
pedantic, though.
And
You're being
that-
pedantic.
yeah, but
we
my
have to
final
choose.
point
We have
I'm
to
gonna
choose
make-
between Kane and Rooney.
My final point I'm going to make, and clearly I'm going to lose this because it always happens, right? But my final point is it was a greater achievement for Harry Kane to score as many goals as he did in those Tottenham sides than it was for
They weren't
That I
bad.
agree with.
No, but they
No,
weren't
no,
bad
but-
Tottenham teams.
I agree with
Wayne
you.
Rooney
we,
has
can't, we can't ignore that Maurizio Pochettino.
Wayne
Spurs
Rooney-
were very good.
No, but there is
They're one of the
also-
top teams in the league.
3 seasons. He played under Conte and Mourinho, which was
There's also,
terrible.
do you know what? The season when Erling Haaland broke all those records, Tottenham were going to pot. Harry Kane was in touching
For
distance.
Yeah, but he also had a lot of
34.
seasons where it was good and he scored 30 goals.
The proof in that season when it was all going wrong is that Kane would score anywhere, and it's another
But
sliding doors.
there's similar-
If Kane had forced his way out of Tottenham in the way that Isak forced his way out of Liverpool, Kane could be top of this list. Kane would have gone to City. I think he would have won a
everything.
Ballon d'Or. He would have won a treble. He would already have the 260 Shearer record. And
So
everything.
if all of those things are true, he's not a different player.
doesn't
he
because-
have
hasn't done that.
He's not a different player because we all agree
is.
that was the fact.
He is because you have to have the
you have to have done that.
trophies.
You don't have to.
Let's vote. Wayne Rooney or Harry Kane?
Wayne Rooney. That's what's going to
He's
happen.
trying to
Might as
win
well
it.
just say it.
Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney?
Yeah, no argument.
Another massive boosted jackpot has been launched for Final One Standing by William Hill. You can play whether you're still in or have been knocked out or haven't played yet. All you need to do is just pick one Premier League team to win by the deadline. If they do, you are through. You can pick a team once, so you got to choose wisely. 18 plus, UK and Ireland only, and of course, gamble responsibly.
Wayne Rooney versus Andy Cole.
So here's a player I think isn't the best striker, the most underrated striker in Premier League history.
I'd agree with that.
4th on the list in terms of goals scored, 187 goals, 1 penalty. First player to score 5 in a game. He's got most goals in most separate games in the Premier League. He's a player that I think, if he scored penalties, could be number 1 in the all-time list.
Do you know what though? Where it's very difficult for Cole is that even when he was doing that, even when he was winning trebles, even when he was one of the most ruthless strikers in the league, he was still behind, at the very least, Shearer and Sheringham for England. He was still never seen.
Do you think he didn't get his fair crack of the whip? Do you think? Because he was.
No, I think Shearer and Sheringham was a brilliant partnership, and I
Amazing.
rate Sheringham so highly.
Right,
I think
yeah.
he was.
I actually think Andy Cole's goals for Newcastle were more important.
Yeah, he scored 42.
Yeah,
he scored
Further
42.
to my point,
He scored 42 that
further
season.
to the Harry Kane point is the same thing as what he did for Newcastle at that point. Who were very attacking
Yeah,
side.
it was him and Beardsley, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah, Beardsley and Rob Lee.
Rob Lee in midfield. Yeah.
And then obviously got him that massive move to Man United. And I remember at the time when he was.
Keegan coming out and talking to the Newcastle fans.
That's right. Yeah.
I think it's unfair to bring international into it because number one, them times as well. I think there was a lot of controversy around. I remember Ian Wright even should have probably had more games than.
But Ian Wright would have been ahead, I think.
Shearer,
and so would potentially Les Ferdinand.
but Shearer, Sheringham for me, one's more a facilitator. Both strikers still, but Sheringham. You're not gonna change around Cole for Sheringham because they're different. It's gonna be Cole or Shearer, and Shearer's clear in that sense. So I think it's unfair using the England thing. I think Andy Cole is the most underrated striker. The Premier League
Brilliant
history. I think the treble comes into play. The goals, Newcastle you mentioned. Who else did he play for? That
Blackburn.
Blackburn as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he scored
He
goals.
won. He beat Tottenham in a final.
Wherever.
Is it?
Yeah, he played for Blackburn. He beat Tottenham.
What's so funny?
He looked at production.
Forgot about that.
was like,
Yeah, he
yeah.
beat
Can he-
Tottenham.
All right,
I remember
good.
that in Cardiff. Andy Cole was part of that Blackburn team.
I think as a striker, because now I'm gonna take. Listen, I backed Rooney over Kane.
Yeah.
But Rooney scored 20 goals in the league twice, right? And he became more than just a striker. Left wing, right wing,
Kane did
sometimes
that in his
AM,
sleep.
support striker.
So I know
Andy
we've moved
Cole-
on, but he did it in his sleep.
Andy Cole was also a striker that did it in his sleep. He just bagged goals, and the way he done it, the partnership, the York and Cole partnership, probably
One of the best.
One of the best. I think I vote for Cole in this one. If we're talking
Cole against Rooney?
If we're talking player, it's Rooney without a doubt. If we're talking striker, in my opinion, striker, it's Andy Cole.
I'm going to go Wayne Rooney.
Rooney.
Yeah. Rooney, yeah.
Rooney.
Don't forget, Tevez came into United. Rooney got shifted to the wing. Berbatov
they
didn't
play-
get
they play
shifted.
together
Sometimes,
No,
but the
no,
one
it's
that
quite
falling on
frequently
your
played.
but that shows why he's a better footballer. Berbatov came in.
No, but that's because
Rooney
Terence- that's because
shifted
Terence
around.
couldn't play on the
Turkish,
wing.
where were you when we were talking about Harry Kane just a minute ago? Because I said the
I
exact
chose to
same
stay
thing.
quiet. I chose to
Where
stay
was you?
Horses for
You
courses.
was agreeing with me, but you chose not to say nothing.
back of Tottenham player, did he?
Implicit in your silence.
Yeah. The silence is noisy.
Yeah.
Right, it means that we're up
sitting there
to
just going,
Wayne Rooney is one.
done. Can't be
Wayne
sitting
Rooney
over, I'm sorry.
versus Michael Owen. Wayne Rooney versus Michael Owen. Now, Michael Owen, you know, when you're talking about most underrated strikers, I think Owen's legacy is ridiculously sneered
Yeah,
about.
that goal for Man United, the 4-3 in the Manchester derby, that's probably
Not
one of the
the
goals
jewel in his
celebrated the most
crown,
in my
but-
lifetime. That was amazing. I'd say he was a better teenager than Wayne Rooney,
Yeah.
but I think Wayne Rooney was a better player. And a better striker.
He was the Premier League's top goal scorer of 18 goals.
Yeah, 2
when he
years
was
in a row.
17, 18.
2 years in a row, yeah.
Insane.
Insane.
I mean, didn't he score a hat-trick against
Mate,
Arsenal?
do you know when we were kids as well?
He scored a cup in the FA Cup
FA
final.
Cup.
Yeah,
2000.
FA Cup
In like-
final.
in-
yeah,
on
yeah,
2
yeah.
minutes or
But
something like that?
Yeah. Tony Adams, that was against as well.
I think
Cardiff.
There you go. I think actually, when you think about Michael Owen, which is a shame, you think about the injuries first rather than these achievements.
Ellen Road.
You remember? You will remember this in '98, where you're just sort of waiting for him to come on the pitch. This is a child. He's a child, and he
Desperate. And when he came on, in that fixture, like if you watch that goal, right, when he runs through,
made that so easy.
Mate, and Paul Scholes, icon, is coming onto it. This kid basically throws him out of the way. You watch Owen, Scholes is coming onto it. As he takes it round the defender, Scholes is coming on. Owen's like, nah, threw him out of the way, pinged it into the top corner. It's unbelievable.
Do you know, he was so good that he couldn't be managed as well. Similar to Rooney, you couldn't not pick them.
Yeah.
And you might argue or assume that the downfall of Michael Owen was his hamstring injuries.
Yeah.
And perhaps he was exposed too much too quickly at the pace of the Premier League, which led on to
Mate, he was
shone bright.
He had everything as well. Because he had that. He was really, you know how he was seen as being, well, he was very small. He was filth. I remember he got sent off at Old Trafford. Like,
a little
basically
bite,
two-footed the keeper. Like, he was filth. He was just a brilliant player. But I feel like you seem to agree that the most underrated striker in the Premier League era is Andy Cole. And I think there is truth in it. I certainly see where you're coming from. But one of the best players I've ever seen in terms of the rise. Like, I remember I was at school. I remember exactly the year I was in and that when Michael Owen did it. It was like Beatlemania. All the girls had like Michael Owen pencil cases and stuff. I'd never seen anything like it for a footballer. It was complete and utter Owen mania. Everybody was totally on board.
Was that not the same with Wayne Rooney though? 16 years old for his first Premier League goal against Arsenal, hat-trick for United on his debut in the Champions League.
Rooney amazing, and I'm probably going to vote for Rooney here. Just to put my cards on the table, but I think that what Owen did, he won a Ballon d'Or. He went to Real Madrid, and his goal-scoring record in Spain is brilliant, by the way. Like, it's weirdly good because everyone kind of sees it as a failure.
But Real Madrid weren't great. That they didn't win. That was the Galacticos era. That was when they had so much talent but didn't get over the line. And I think we've got to look at someone like Owen and be like, okay, that's actually a negative for this situation. Because if, for example, Wayne Rooney went to Real Madrid or Barcelona in his prime, he would have absolutely excelled. And it does come down to the injuries you mentioned before, but also, Flav, you speak a lot on this channel about the character. Playing for Liverpool and then signing for Manchester United is a big no-no.
Also agitating to move from Liverpool as well.
Well, do you know where he got so unlucky? Do you know he left Liverpool because he believed that the only way that he would win a Champions League was to move to Real Madrid?
Yeah.
The year that Liverpool won in Istanbul.
Yeah.
Well, he's begging to come back that year, no?
I think so.
Within the year.
Look, I think Owen gets an unjust press.
I actually think he's not quite. I think he's a bit overrated, if I'm honest. I don't think he belongs. I think he finishes last on this whole list. And that's behind Jamie Vardy as well. I think he was on course to be one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
But on course and the reality is two different things.
I agree.
He had 5 years from the age of 17. That Argentina goal, crazy.
Immortalised him,
Crazy.
fine.
Do you know what they're Turkish? In the past,
Jamie Vardy won the Premier League.
Hang on, Turkish, you're having a mare here.
No, I'm not.
Fairly
When the
recently,
statman's agreeing.
Fairly recently, right? This is a conversation that might have happened off camera. But you and I speak about football a lot. And fairly recently, on something, it might have even been my chat, I can't remember. You spoke about the true brilliance of Yapstam. And the reason that you said Yapstam deserves to be mentioned among the very best is because he burned so bright for 3 years in the Premier League. So did Owen.
No.
Was it one injury?
Burned
One
bright, and there's 3 titles in a row, including a treble in that. That's a different sort of burn to what Owen done. Like, let's be real.
He burnt you with his
That
pace.
was, if Owen had the 3 back-to-back titles and a treble in between with these goals, it's a different story. He probably wins this whole argument.
Was silverware for Owen, though, in that period?
Yeah,
There
FA
was silverware.
Cup, League Cup.
Treble? Not the treble, but a treble. We're voting.
Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney.
Rooney, yeah.
Right. Which is, therefore, Rooney or Shearer.
I think this is the hardest one.
So do I, yeah.
Shearer
You got the
gets underrated,
all-time.
actually.
I think it massively. He just scored the most goals in Premier League history.
Also, a lot of them were scored for a rubbish team.
Yeah, that's Flav's big argument, which I now agree with. Actually,
Yeah.
now I really agree with that.
Circle back round.
Circle back, yeah, Flav. Actually,
Sorry
you know
about
what
that.
you were saying about Harry Kane?
Yeah, I was exactly right, wasn't I? This really should be a conversation between Shearer and Kane as the two top highest goal scorers. And Shearer has done it for Newcastle after winning the Premier League, which seems to be so crucial to everybody.
I think
Premier League, wasn't it, or the last?
Yeah, they won the league.
Yeah, and it was 91,
95, they won the league.
95.
95.
Jack Walker's.
95, yeah.
So he did that, and then he went to his boyhood club, and he stayed with them despite interest from Manchester United. Scored
before Man United
so many goals. Scored all the goals for Newcastle,
All of them.
and stayed, and through really bad injuries as well. Came back. Is an absolute legend in the Northeast, and so he should be. And it just shows you that sometimes loyalty means something in football. So on top of the goals, the fact that he stayed with Newcastle means, for me, it's not a question.
In terms of being a centre forward as well, back to goal, brilliant. In the air, exceptional. Hard game, like really
Spite, a bit of
difficult.
spite as well.
Variety of goals.
Exactly.
Volleys from outside the box, tap-ins, the headers. Just what couldn't he do?
I think one of the interesting parts here is we speak about Wayne Rooney as his complete game, very, very complete. Shearer, when you talk to him, just wanted to score goals.
As a striker, yeah.
Did not care. Just wanted to score goals.
And did.
Independent of his teammates around him, he was the guy that wanted to do it. And I think as a centre forward, if we're going for greatest ever centre forward, Shearer's the guy.
You centre forward, yeah. That's where what do you
But in a
determine
team,
that word
in a
as?
team, if you had place for one of them, you only have room for Shearer or Rooney, and it's got to be.
This is such a boring thing to say. Depends what you need.
It's Rooney.
If you want a goal scorer, it's Alan Shearer. You want a striker to put the ball
No,
back.
but say it's not what you need, right? Say it's literally you got one place in the team. You're playing one up front. The answer you can't have Rooney not playing.
I would go if that was the specific thing that you wanted to go Wayne Rooney. But I think Shearer is a better striker. Wayne Rooney's a better player.
Isn't
All
the
round.
title of this video
that
who's the
cut
best
and dry.
striker in the Premier League?
So the best striker in the Premier League.
But obviously,
Best English
it's
striker in the
in this argument, it's as a striker precisely. It was the argument
Right, let's
we've been
vote.
making since we started.
Let's vote.
Alan Shearer
Let's
is the
vote
answer.
before Flav has a coronary.
So I've got to go back to the start and agree with Flav and say it's he's done it at smaller teams. I'm gonna go Alan Shearer.
Okay, and that's.
Flav?
Yeah, it's Harry Kane, but Shearer. Yeah.
So I'm going Wayne Rooney.
I'm going Shearer. Easy for me. Striker.
Shearer's won by default because you've just.
I am losing my mind.
You know what it is, Flav? That one title for Shearer does it all.
I agree
if
with
he
that.
didn't have that
I
one
agree.
title,
I
and
agree.
that's where
I think
Kane's
that's
career
massive.
in the Premier League changes.
But it's not that. He scored 260 goals.
260.
Yeah, on top of that,
Yeah, it's amazing. And we've therefore concluded that the answer is Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer is the greatest. I voted for Rooney, but the democracy has ruled. There we have it. Alan Shearer is the greatest English striker in the Premier League era, and that is it on this episode of Final One Standing. But did we get it right? Let us know in the comments, and remember to click the link in the description to play for Final One Standing's massive boosted jackpot. Thanks again for watching WHFC. If you'd like to watch us crown the greatest centre-back in Premier League history, click the video that's on screen right now. This show was brought to you by William Hill. 18+, please gamble responsibly.